live rise, grand rise, and all that. So back in the day, our elders used to be very still, and they were like more connected to a value of spirituality overall than the rhetoric that's spoken. And because they had so much inner strength, I'm talking about like your great grandparents, great great grandparents from my age, that inner strength that they had, it came from allowing the divine to do what he do in the darkness. Most of the time when you acquiring something or you dealing with a level of fear, you do this. What is sound? Sound is vibration. What is vibration? Vibration is a form of light. It's a form of light frequency. Everything that we deal with is a form of light frequency. Everything. So when you speak, you are illuminating a value. This is why your ears can hear. Your ears are here, so that's a connection in between what you say and where it goes. The wisdom in between that allows the connection. Just like your eyes seeing something, it illuminates and gives you the value to light, where it speaks the same value when you hear things, because you're illuminating the space of what you need to listen to. What happens is when you got fear, you run out in society. Oh, God gonna do this and God gonna do this, and I ain't worried about nothing. They even wrote it in the book to make you go out there and scream this to people. I ain't worried about nothing. You started monologuing your life. People started monologuing their life. This is everybody not supposed to know your inner connection with the divine. Supposed to make space for the darkness to create a light. Everything that happens, the idealism in its action is the explanation. So I don't need you to explain to me what to do when I'm watching what happens in every aspect. It's just for me to break down and understand what placement I need to put what I'm seeing happening in my life. And that's the true understanding. Back in the day, they didn't speak much. They didn't tell all their business. Fear came around, they was ready to show you something. You ain't know what to do with them. One of the main terms back in the day was never let your right hand know what your left hand doing. Another term was let people believe what they want to believe, because when it's time for you to move, they don't know what to expect from you. You see what I'm saying? Never have no expectations. all these different. This is the alluding into faith. So since everybody was chasing faith so much, you know what they did? They said, yo, you know what we can do? We can trap them all by making them all tell all they ish. Make them all just do it all out in the open. So they made a big room in a building and a bunch of chairs and put y'all on, and they called it a congregation. 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 You put it together how you need to put it together for your own understanding. But divine don't need no help. Divine ain't never need no help. What happened is people started explaining divine to you so they can get in between you and divine and what that energy divine was given to you to grow, so they can siphon some of that off to use it for what they call society. Divine don't need no help. What he needs you to do is to stop talking so much. He needs you to stop going out in the streets when you get scared and saying, oh, God got me. He needs you to stop going out in the world and putting your chest out and saying, yo, this is what I'm going to do. I got this. They trying to stop us. You need to stop doing that. You need to stop, period. If anything, you just need to do what you're going to do and stand and know the divine is in front of you and watch miracles take place. Watch things that you don't need scripted and understanding to explain take place. Allow the darkness to be. Just like you want to be, allow the darkness to be. That means whatever dark times, whatever you can't see, allow that to be. So divine can come in there and illuminate that for you. Because he's going to let you see the after effects after you go in there and wreck something. Let him go in there and wreck something, especially if he got a plan for you already. He ain't trying to let nobody mess that up. But you will mess it up by thinking you doing divine work. What's the purpose if you ain't giving divine a dark place to shine? You know you ain't perfect. That's what you came in for. But since you got remnants of being something great, you keep acting like you can do it. That's just you bumping your head on the wall. The whole point is to be still and silent and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. That's the power of this situation. It's not about to go out here and Bible thump and beat up on the blocks and walk around and say, yo, this. It's not about all that. What it's about is you knowing that divine is already at work. You knowing that that power is strong. You knowing that you're at the bottom of that. You knowing that the fact that if you connect to that, you ain't got to say nothing. Sit back and watch God. You want to call it? Watch the divine. Watch the almighty. Because that's what it'll be. We got these terms from the time back then when somebody let the darkness be and they let divine I am. And you got a chance to see the expression of a word term that you can only express in your mind as that's the most high. That's almighty. Don't let this go over your head. Y'all rather go run and let somebody say, let me tell you about this one here and 3:17. And let's look, man. You people look, I can't argue with a lie. You know why? Because it states that in its fact. I'm not gonna argue with something that tells me it's a lie. Like back and forth. If you on social media and you watch it, Charleston White say all the time, y'all up here to cause confusion. I'm up here lying to y'all. I don't care. Care about none of y'all. This is what he say all the time. But then he go on like a 8-9 interview rant, and it sound like he talking a lot of truth. And everybody be like captivated, right? But he told you in the beginning of the package, before you open up the chips, it said in that blue label at the top, I am not chips. I may taste like chips. I may have season like chips. I may even have a crunch like chips, but I am not chips. That's what it said at the top. When you rip that label off, you forgot that. And you started eating it. And you know what you said? You want some chips? Right over your head. It's the reality, and it's the problem that we have. This is why we can't lock into an understanding. You know what I'm saying? This is the real dynamic, you know what I'm saying, situation. You're not allowing the darkness to be. People want you to tell them when there's darkness around. So they know you scared to go in the darkness. So you know something else that really got that energy that's unseen from you can slip right up in there and manipulate you. Slip right up in the darkness like that and manipulate you. You don't even know the vibes. So you gotta feel it. And it be two tones. It be when it's good spirits, you can feel it because it's a tone to it. When it's other spirit, it's a tone to it. You know what I'm saying? Some of them will brush past you like an animal that don't want no smoke. And they'll make it feel good because they know something with you. That whole little gold, you got a light level that's around you that nobody can see. It's the spectrum of light that comes from the sun. That's a real spectrum that you can't see with your naked eye. But we can condense it. You can condense it and make it wave around you, just like you see them little twinkles in the air. You can make it wave around you. Dogs can see that because it's a level of light to the spectrum. Different people who are not true humans can see that because it's a spectrum to that, and they're not true humans. So you don't have to walk around in a level of comfortability. The reason why we don't have certain things that people say they like night vision and all this other craziness, because divine gave situations to you. So if he gave it to you, you wasn't supposed to fear what was given to you. It's yours. So you don't have to have a particular attachment to deal with certain things. You just deal with it. And it's gonna mess with you. It's like when we get in salt water, it heals our body, it heals up scars. It may dry you out a little bit if you stay in it too much, but it does a value for you. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're in the woods, the trees give off a different level of energy. If you're sitting directly in the sun, you get vitamin D. If you're in the wind, you feel cool. You know what I'm saying? Like all these different things. And they go even deeper than that because it soaks into your skin. Divine don't make mistakes, man. People do. But you don't understand the level of connection between everything in existence and how it gives to you. So I'm going to sit back and I'm going to say, yo, why am I going to be afraid of what you gave me? I understand that things been put into my head. That's why I'm scared. I'm thinking there's something in there what you gave me. So then when I started involving myself with everybody else, you know what I do? I invite them into my power. Easily like that. Oh, so what do you believe? And da-da-da-da. I don't got to tell you nothing. My connection with the divine is mine. And if it start doing something, that's, you know what? And I'm going to tell y'all, man, I'm going to tell you a story real quick before I get up off here. And this real. This lady came to my house a minute ago when I was hustling back in the day. And I was making some golden milk, you know what I'm saying? I had like the coconut milk, you know what I'm saying, the turmeric and all that, got the water. It's beautiful. It's like a beautiful milk drink, you know what I'm saying, but it's healthy. So I just made it, and it's good for breakfast in the morning. That's all you need is the golden milk, you know what I'm saying? So the lady came in the door, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, I was like, yo, you want some golden milk? That's right. It might be good for you. You know what I'm saying? You about to do that, but this might be good for you. She's like, yeah. So I poured her a cup, right? So I turned my back. I'm washing out, you know what I'm saying, everything so I can make me a cup. And I pour myself a cup, but I still had a pot left. She goes over to my pot. She takes a spoon and she sips out of the pot and then pours what she sipped off back into the pot after I gave her a cup. So my heart like this. I'm getting 30 because I'm like, yo, what's wrong with you? I could have just turned around and grabbed by her neck. Be like, don't disrespect my house. What's wrong with you, right? Divine was like, yo, handle this divinely. Handle this divinely, yo. You mess this up, I'm gonna beat you. That's what Divine was like. You mess this up, I'm gonna beat you. I'm like, I was about to get mad. I'm sitting there, I'm churning, yo. I'm churning inside like this fire, this butt. I'm like, yo, no. And I said the corner of my eye, I'm like, yo, she just drink out of my joint and then dump the spit back in the pot. I ain't mad, yo. So I'm like, Nana. I'm calling on my Nana. I'm like, Nana. Nana's like, yo, Killer Wakandas. Just tell her what I would have told you. So I stay calm, you know. I was like, yo, you want the rest of that? She's like, sure. So I poured it in a big cup for her, right? And we walked in the room and had my little cup that I made. So basically I made the pot for her and kept a cup for me. You know what I'm saying? Basically how it turned out. So I was like, yo, you know, my Nana wouldn't have liked that. My Nana would have slapped you in your face for doing something like that. My Nana don't play with that disrespect. She was like, your Nana wouldn't have did nothing. She's like, your Nana would have did nothing. She's like, your Nana and me, we probably on the same. I'm like, yeah, all right, my Nana raised me different than that. You know what I'm saying? So check this out. This where it get deep at. So she leave after we do everything or whatever. She leave. She get like 3 minutes down the block to the stop sign. The whole cup she had, she said, she called me back. She was like, I don't know how it happened. I was driving slow. She was like, I didn't slam on brakes or nothing. She's like, I just pulled up nicely to the stop sign. The cup lifted up like somebody lifted it up and threw it all over me. And she had a white blouse, a tan blouse on. She was going to church or something like that. And she said it looked like somebody picked the cup up and threw it on her like this. And she was like, I don't know what just happened, but I don't want to come back to your house. And I was like, yo, you should have disrespected my Nana. NAGA.